to introduce Pam Johnston, who's here, and stand up and take a bow. She's already also taken a vow, and Henry is there. Henry is the youngest Rotarian, and of course Jim's mom Peg is here as she always is, and we're so glad to have her. The past presidents that are here today. Peter Bowes, I'm going to call them all and ask them all to stand and then ask you to show your appreciation for their service. Peter Bowes, Bill Hornby, Grant Wilkins, Jim Warner, David Fleming, Tom Rogers, Jack Barker, Jim Wilkins, Tom Crane, Mike O'Connell, Jim Mack, R.J. Ross, Dick Metcalf. Now come on, you guys, are you all set? Steve Mast, Bob Kapelke, Bill Houston, and Doug Jackson. Thank you all for your past service. And by the way, I should say your continuing service, because almost to a man and woman, these people continue to still be active in Denver Rotary, and we appreciate it. Now I'm going to call on Mike O'Connell, who is president of Triaris Insurance and also works with our Club Services Committee for a celebration of life.
Good afternoon, Denver Rotary. We've had a lot of great traditions over the years in this club, and if you'll recall, we started a new one last year with regard to memorial resolutions, an expansion of what we have done for many years. At this time, we have 4 members that we'd like to remind you of their membership and service and friendship as fellow Rotarians. These 4 individuals, go ahead and run the slides, Darlene, while I'm speaking, because I'm not speaking for very long. George Brotzman, who actually passed away, I think last September. We had his memorial resolution in the fall last year. And then since then, we've unfortunately lost 3 other of our dear members. Deke Price, for those of you who are not facing the slide board up there, you might want to turn around as these pictures come up of these individuals. Deke Price, David Ogilvy, and Trish Shepard. Each of these individuals will be having their individual memorial resolutions over the coming weeks. But we want to take this time now to honor all 4 of them. If you'd please stand and join me in a moment of silent tribute to each of these dear friends and fellow Rotarians.
Thank you, Mike. It's so important that we remember those of us who have passed on because, after all, we are family. And now Doug Jackson has the honor of introducing Club 31's newest member.
Well, it's my honor to introduce to you Jackie Green. We actually voted to approve her membership last fiscal year, and she's the first one this fiscal year, and so you get a double benefit here today. Jackie Green began her career in mortgage servicing 20 years ago, and then she had no idea that a receptionist position would inadvertently turn into a career. After nearly 17 years, she began thinking that there had to be more meaningful work than what she was doing. In 2004, Jackie, with her husband Jim and their chocolate lab Bella, moved to Denver from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. With Jim's support, she left a successful career to find herself. She did volunteer work and eventually landed at a small cancer foundation. Sadly, it closed in 2008, but she had discovered the meaningful work that she had been looking for. In December of 2008, she began as a fundraiser for Rocky Mountain Adventist Healthcare Foundation, which supports the Adventist health system side of Centura Health. She fundraises for some wonderful and important programs and finally feels complete in both her professional and her personal life. Her husband, Jim, is still searching for the perfect job. In the meantime, he's content working as vice president in contract administration for Aurora Loan Services. He, too, is in the mortgage industry, and that's how they met. When they aren't visiting or being visited by Jim's 3 daughters, who are grown and live in Omaha, Jim and Jackie enjoy walking with Bella in their Stapleton neighborhood, hiking, and just enjoying each other and every day. When I got to know Jackie and we talked about Rotary, she said, I'm really looking for a place in my community to get engaged and give back, and that's why I think she's going to be a great, great Rotarian. So please welcome this year's first and newest member, Jackie Green.
Welcome again, Jackie. Now I have the honor of introducing Club 31's newest honorary member. Marlene Wilkins, will you please come up? While Marlene is making her way up here, I want to tell you, this is another instance where I think we've taken somebody for granted. And no, the pun is intended, by the way. Marlene has done so much for this club. It's pretty awesome. She helped to start and staff the Artists of America for its first 5 years. She acted as Grant's assistant governor in '84 and '85, visiting 62 clubs and then writing up a report on each one of them. When Grant was an RI director, she traveled with him probably 65% of the time for 2 years and acted as hostess for many events. She's attended probably ad nauseum training and orientation programs at Rotary as a spouse of a district governor and a director. She has been the hostess for 2 zone institutes. She has represented the RI president's wife in over 30 district conferences in 10 countries. She was an official representative of RI at a National Immunization Day in the Ivory Coast, personally immunizing hundreds of kids over 2 days. And she helped persuade Glenna Goodacre to create a wonderful Polio Plus statue for RI and for Denver. And personally, I have to say, she's one of the loveliest, most gracious people I know. So welcome as a member of Club 31. And now, for a test run, the new secretary of Club 31, Roland has selected someone not tall, not dark, but definitely handsome, Brian Geis.
Thank you, Sue. Jim, thanks for carrying on the traditions in our club and the role of secretary last year. Now, I need to dispel a rumor that we're actually related. The only thing we share is a barber. The same barber that told me I was developing a wave. My hair was waving goodbye. This week we have several guests. We do have a